Hello guys, welcome back. So in this video we are going to discuss about CSRF. First of all, we will discuss what is CSRF. We will take the practical example how we can exploit it, and then we will move toward the report. We will see anyone either the Medium report, like reports available onto the Medium, or we will see the Hackerone report. So let's get started. So hope you are able to see my screen, and in this screen you will see an image which is saying that cross-site request forgery threat to an open web application. So let's get started. So first of all, what the user do? So user go and authenticate onto any website. So user first of all go and authenticate by providing the username and password, and then later on, let me reduce the size of this. Then later on, after once the user is authenticated, there might be some form, whether the password change form or the email change form or the disable MFA form. Those forms are forged by the hacker. What the hacker do? Hacker forge a hyperlink and sends to the user. So what I mean by here, so user can also go and log in over there with the help of its user mail ID. Hacker can do so, and once it find that okay, the form for changing the password it doesn't contain any CSRF token, he can create a simple HTML page which it can forward to the user. So consider it just like he forges the hyperlink and send it to the user. So the link went to the user, and user click on to that link. So once the user click onto that link, the session was already authenticated because he already signed in there, and after clicking onto it, it will automatically submit the form of consider the disabling the 2FA. So the 2FA is disabled onto this. Or if it's a password change and it's not asking for the current password, so it simply go after clicking the link, the password will change. Or we can take an example of email change. So after clicking the link, the email got changed. So what it mean by email change? The user now the attacker can go and request a reset password, and the reset password will go to the email address that the attacker has supplied. So what it will do, the server will validate the link and performs the action since no CSRF token is there. Okay, so this is the explanation of CSRF. Let's go to the practical. So this is the lab where we are going to perform the CSRF vulnerability, and let me read the manual for it. The email change functionality is vulnerable to CSRF. Okay, so simply we are going to go for the CSRF only onto the email directly. Okay, let me check what's happening here. No response received from the remote server. Access the lab. Hope it works this time. Yeah, this works. So consider it's my account, and I need to go and check. Okay, let's make it a duplicate of it. So on the back, let's go to the back side, and what it's saying, we have a username and credential for this. We enter this one, and we enter Peter as well. So we have username and password as Wiener and Peter. So your username is Wiener, your email is this, and update the email. So let me tell you what we can do here. Let me try to update the email. Your email is this, and let's try to update it like Peter @ normal user.net. So earlier the username was Wiener. Now we updated to Peter. Let's update it. So you can say here it's got updated. So what we want it this action to be performed to, like we want it to uh, hacker user hacker.com. Consider this. We want to change it to the hacker@hacker.com. It's a email address which is controlled by the attacker. So what we are going to do, we find that okay, let's check whether the CSRF token is present into this form or not. And when we go here, the form field is this one, and here you can see the first line says this, the second says this, third thing. In the whole form you are not seeing anything such as CSRF token. So now what we are going to do, we are going to intercept this request, and let's consider intercept and update the email. So the email intercept request is there. What we have to go, we just directly go have to click this engagement tool and generate a CSRF POC. So here a CSRF POC is generated, and in this there is some options are also there. You can go and check for the options. auto select based on the request, URL encoded form, multi-part form, plain text form, and all the stuff are there. So consider this is your CSRF POC, and let me copy this and close this one and turn off the intercept. So as of now, our change this to hacker@hacker.com, and let me change it back to the victim@victim.com. So consider this is the email ID as of now, and we want to change it to hacker@hacker.com. So we have to go to, okay, let's create new window here cd desktop nano cs. Let's remove this. I already have one POC over there. csrf.html nano csrf.html control x this. Okay, so now there will be one file on the desktop. Let's go to the desktop. Okay, so here it is. So I want to open with it Firefox, because in the Firefox we have this user logged in, and we have to do the submit request, and we want to change it to hacker@hacker1.com. Here you can see that it changed. So what we did, we shared this URL. This URL, we can host this file anywhere and can share this URL, and once the user click on the submit request, and the action will be performed, and the user's email address will be changed to hacker@hacker.com. So as we have already told, the third thing that we need to discuss is the report. So let's find some good report. So guys, we come to our POC, and it's a POC on KhanAcademy.organization, and it's a high, you can see. So as I already mentioned into the starting, you can also perform CSRF onto the email change functionality. So the website was vulnerable to the unauthenticated user can change their email address without verifying them. So what was the issue? While updating the email address, there was no CSRF token in that form. As I show you in that form, in this form, there was no CSRF token. Same as well, whatever the form that the Khan Organization Academy was filling up for the user, that was not containing any CSRF token. So here the request was look like this. As we made the CSRF to HTML, you can also make such content with the help of Pursuit as well. So here you can see that it created an variable which is known as attacker address, and it's attacker@rapidlight.io. It's the email address which is controlled by the attacker. In the POC, it provided this email, and in the x.open, it sends a post request to this endpoint. So KhanAcademy.organization sign up -email. So this on this the user was already authenticated, because we are sending a request over there. So, and you can see that x.send email equals to this encoded URI component attacker address. So once someone click on this request, this URL, their email address will be changed, and an attacker can exploit this vulnerability in order to take over account by associating it with the address controlled by an attacker. The address that it's providing here is controlled by the attacker. So this is the whole POC, and the HackerOne awarded a high rank severity over it, although the Khan Academy doesn't provide any bug bounty, and it was tried, it was reported, that's all. So this was today's for the CSRF. So if you like this video, please don't forget to share among your friends and like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Till then, bye bye.